Welcome back, everyday business leaders. I'm Melahni Ake, your host for the show today, coming to you from JP the Geek Studio in Greenwood, Indiana. I am thrilled to have you here with us today. Joining me, you're going to meet a young man that's going to help us understand about suicide prevention and how you can get involved. Join me as we connect and celebrate remarkable leaders from our very own community. Remember to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. We have another exciting segment for you for business innovation and inspirational leaders. Welcome, Zyler Ogden. I'm so excited that you're here today.
Well, thank you for having me.
This is great. And Christie, you decided to join us, and I know that you're going to have a lot of value to add to it.
Well, it was really nice to meet you, and thank you for having us this weekend.
Yes. All of you know that have been following me. There's so much happening this year that I've been involved in a girls program at Shortridge High School, and we were granted funds to run a leadership program every single day. And my stepfather is from Winchester, Indiana, which is in Randolph County, where you're from. Your story touched my heart because you are doing amazing things in Randolph County. So I want all of our viewers and followers to hear your story. Understand that this affects everyone and what they can do to help you in your mission. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So Zyler, talk to us a little bit about, how old are you and where do you go to school?
I am 14 and I go to Union School in Modoc.
Okay. And you're involved in basketball, and I know you guys are hockey fans. So Yep. How long have you been playing basketball?
Ever since I think it was 6th grade. That's when I started.
Mm-hmm. What do you love about basketball?
Just being able to get out there and have teamwork with others and meeting new people.
Mm-hmm. Meeting new people. And I know your story, for those who have not heard this before, you had a special friend, and that's really why we're here today, because we're celebrating the things that you have been inspired to do through that friendship. So talk to us about when you met Michaela.
I met Michaela in 7th grade. We were friends. We weren't the closest, but then towards the beginning of 8th grade, we started getting closer and closer and closer. And then all of a sudden we clicked and we just started having more fun together, and it just was a good friendship from there on out.
And good friends, you spent time with her, you were getting ready to go do a lot of fun things. You went to homecoming together. And she was actually the homecoming queen, right?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And you guys text each other all the time, and you played basketball together, and you shared a lot of memories.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, yep. And so, this story kind of turns a little bit because something unfortunate happened, and it really hurt your friendship, and it hurt the rest of everything else that you were trying to develop your friendship for the rest of your life. So talk to us about when that happened.
It was February 9th. I woke up, and usually we would text each other good morning, and she woke up really early around 5 to feed her cows, and that morning I did not get a good morning text, and I thought I beat her. I thought it was I think she just forgot, because we used to have the game with whoever would text first, and she would always win. So I thought I finally beat her, but that was not the case that day. Then I started getting worried when it was beginning to be 8, the start of school. I started to be really worried because she didn't text, she wasn't at school, and I was just thinking something was off. And I think it was first hour of school. We heard noises, sound like sirens, and that's when we all started to become very worried because she wasn't here. I didn't get a text, and no one heard anything from her for a while. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's the start of it. And then, actually, it was in 5th hour we were called up to the office, and we were told that my mom and dad were coming to tell us something, but we did not know what it was. Me and my sister, Zoe, we were just in a room until they got there, and that's when they told us the news that Michaela was not with us anymore. And I was just in shock for I was in shock for a couple of hours until it finally really hit me that it wasn't a dream, and it was real life.
Mm-hmm. You know, in that moment, and I know this is really hard, a lot of people that go through this, thinking about what else could you have done, right? Is there anything that you understood or that you would look out for? Or if you think about the conversations you had, people seem really normal, right, before something tragic happens. And so what you're trying to do with this awareness is to help people understand they can talk about things.
Yeah.
They can reach out to people and they don't have to feel alone. And that's why I really connected to your story, because I think you don't know what someone's going through, and you don't really, you can't get involved. You don't know that side of the story. However, what you can do is make people aware to feel safe.
Yeah.
So you know, after this grieving process, this has not been that long ago. And so I'm sure that you think about Michaela every day.
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm. So what did you do next to think about how can I honor her? A lot of people might just have grief.
So my grieving process is what I've learned. It's different from others. I think it was actually the next day after I woke up, and I was thinking, what can I do? And I was talking to Mom, and I came up with the idea of making bracelets. I actually have one on right now. On the front, it says Michaela, and on the back, it says you're not alone. And I got 100 of those, and I went around my school and passed them out for the people that wanted them. And that was the start of what I knew what I was going to do to make a difference.
I love this. And so other people that didn't know Michaela, they started to understand her story through you, right? Through you saying, I want to do something. I want to take action. Mom, tell me about how you just said wow, I had no idea that he had this kind of entrepreneurship, but also this heart to serve other people.
Zyler's heart has always been huge. That's, every teacher conference, he is just the kid that's helping the kids that are struggling. He is the nice kid. He's the kid that cares about how other people are feeling. So that part of this was not a surprise to me at all, that he wanted to go out of his way to make sure that our community didn't go through this again. His mission is that no other community has to go through this again. So I was not surprised by his heart. I'm just incredibly proud of him, because it is a hard thing to do for an adult to stand up and talk about this, let alone a 14-year-old.
Yep, absolutely. I'm so proud of you. I just think that the community really needs to hear your story, because like I told you before we even went on the air, there are many people that would just say, it's my personal grief. I only knew this person for a little bit. I don't really have this lifetime connection. But as kids, I think that shapes our lives. Everything that we do, the people that we know in our school years, they're our friends, and they shape everything that we do the rest of our life. Yeah. So for you to have the courage to say, I want to do something and take action on it, it's just tremendous. It's tremendous. So I heard you have some money that you have raised now because of these bracelets. And tell us what else is happening with your organization. Chasing Sunsets Incorporated is the name of your nonprofit.
Yes. So we had a co-show September 9th this year, and we were hoping to raise some money for 5 scholarships for all of the Randolph County schools, and we completed that. We got $500 for each 5 Randolph County schools. Yay. And hopefully
That's
we can
awesome.
get more for those scholarships over the next couple months.
That is wonderful. Now, I read a little bit, but I want you to share with people. So if they're thinking about, wow, my kids go to Randolph County, what is all involved in the scholarship process? What do people need to do? Hi, this is Melahni Ake. When you visit everydayleaders.com, you'll find valuable resources to become a better leader in your life. Women's leadership programs, including Top Floor Women, our monthly networking events, corporate workshops, and strategic business coaching services. Discover classes and products to develop yourself, including our morning leadership devotionals. Don't forget, order one of my inspirational books, sign up for classes, or pick up some gear in the Leader Store. Listen to the Everyday Business Leaders podcast, apply to be a guest in our studio, or even sponsor your own commercial advertisement. Contact us today at everydayleaders.com.
Well, we sent out a form to the schools, but it says that they have to write an essay about what mental health means to them. And I'm not going off of grammar. I'm not going off of what, if they had any mispunctuations or anything like that. I'm just going off of what they put down, because I know myself, I'm not the best with grammar. I make mistakes. I know everyone does. So, and they also have to be a senior this school year.
Okay. So going into their senior year this year, they need to be a senior to apply for this. And so you're going to just take all these applications. If you get thousands of them, you're going to read every single one of them and evaluate.
Yeah, I'm going to read them, and then we will, as a team, we will go through and we will choose 5 from each school, and we will decide who gets a scholarship. Because another reason why I'm doing the scholarship is because I know some people, it's been hard, and I think that if we can do this, it can also spread the word that you're loved and not alone. Because if we can get this out, it can help us grow. We can help others, because sometimes it can be rough.
Absolutely. I've pulled up some statistics because I know during your story there were a lot of other organizations that are connected to this. Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Girl Coalition, but it also affects boys. And so when you look at statistics, you know, it's all in what you want to read in the statistics. But I think the awareness is kids are being affected by this every day.
Yes.
How do you think, because you're right now, what grade are you in?
I'm in 9th.
You're in 9th grade. So during COVID, you were in middle school. And we know as adults, those are the toughest times of your life sometimes. And having the ability to connect socially can really help you with the rest of your life, like we've talked about. You were during COVID during those times for several years. And so kind of being isolated going through those last few years, talk to me about what that felt like from your perspective.
From my perspective, I really just being by my house, like at my house by myself, it was boring, and I felt like I wanted to go out and hang out with my friends, talk to people, and it was pretty rough being just in the house the whole entire time, because you couldn't socialize, you couldn't do sports outside, you were stuck in your house, couldn't do almost anything besides text or call over the phone, and it was rough for me, and I know it was probably really hard for other people as well.
So your campaign with Michaela's bracelets, that you're loved and you're not alone, did that come from thinking about, you know, if you're alone? COVID really hurt a lot of people. There were a lot of suicides from all different age groups. But I think this message resonates so heavily because people want to be connected again. Are you finding that in school? Are kids more, wanting to do social things even more than they were before COVID happened?
Yes, I have noticed that. I see that I've actually talked to some people that some of them say that they don't like school, but there's more people that say that they really like school just because of being able to socialize, being able to talk to people, just those 5 minutes of talking to someone can help change anything in your life.
Absolutely. What you're doing is so great. And I know there are a lot of people in the community, they're going to watch this and say, how do I get involved? What do I do? Mom, I know you guys are doing some things in December. Talk to us about what's coming up December the 2nd. You guys said you have an event happening?
Yes. So December 2nd, we are actually going to be in an event in Avon. It's going to be a vendor fair to promote suicide awareness. And we actually met Josh and Natasha Evans. They actually own Cardinal Innovations. And we met them. They had invited us to a teacher appreciation fundraiser that they were doing for us to set up our booths and sell our Chasing Sunsets t-shirts. And we went to that. We were very new into this. You know, we really didn't know what we were doing yet. And they invited us and welcomed us with open arms. So after we left, they surprised us with this event that they're hosting in Avon in Chasing Sunset in Zyler's honor. And they are going to, right now there's 50 vendors. So please, everyone come and support these local vendors and just come and spread the, awareness for suicide prevention and the message that you're loved and you're not alone. And hopefully everybody will come out and have a good time and a good community event.
That is awesome. There's so many things that are happening. I think the Indiana Youth Institute, Girls Coalition. Talk to us. I know at Shortridge High School, the program that I'm involved with this year, the Girls Talk program has been going really well. And so they want to start in parallel the Boys Talk program. So talk to me a little bit about, because you're a boy.
Yeah.
What does it feel like, all of this social media, people talk from a kid's perspective, and we talk about it from an adult perspective. But how is it on social media? What's your understanding? How you can help kids not feel alone when they're really heavily involved in social media? Give us some advice just from a 9th grader's view. What can kids do to not feel so alone when they're watching and trying to be like everybody else, trying to compare their lives to everybody else?
What I figured out is you do not want to compare your life with someone else's, because you have a different backstory. You have different things you went through in your life that have changed you. And if you just keep comparing yourself to other people, then you will feel like that you need to constantly keep changing and changing and changing. But if you adjust yourself and you are able to talk to people about what you're feeling, what is going on in your life, then maybe that will make you feel not as alone, and it might even change the perspective of others, that they can be themselves and they don't have to go off of somebody else's life.
That's great advice. Thank you. Yep. You're so wise. Good job, Mom. It's really awesome to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm really excited about your story, sharing everything about Chasing Sunsets Incorporated. Anything that everyday leaders can help you do to get the word out is on my heart. Thank you very much for the bracelet. Anything else that you want to share with us that you think right now the platform to be able to deliver a message to those kids that are out there that are thinking like, but you don't understand. There's nobody that I really have to talk to. What can they do right now?
Well, there is, in Indiana, there is a number you can call for a counselor if you don't want to spend the money to go talk to a counselor, or you don't want to have to go in person and you just want to talk over the phone. You can call 211. It is a number that you can talk to for counseling, and if you just need someone to talk to, because I know it can be rough. I know life throws things at you that you might not understand why or how this is going to affect you. But if you can just talk to someone, anyone, it can be someone that you don't spend a lot of time with, someone that you do spend time with, anyone, just try to go out, talk to them. And if you see others that are not doing the best, ask them that if they are okay. And then if they say no, let them talk to you. And then after they're done talking, just take in everything that they said and just tell them what you think, and try to help them and make sure that they know that they're loved and not alone.
I love that. Thank you, Zyler.
Yep.
Thank you, Christie.
Thank you.
This has been great to have you all in the studio. Please come back.
Okay.
Share
Okay.
what's happening. Hopefully we'll be able to see you on December the 2nd. All right.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Great show, guys. All right. So thank you very much for tuning in to all of you, everyday business leaders. If you're an organization, you can get involved in this nonprofit, Chasing Sunsets Incorporated, and join us on December the 2nd. I hope you were inspired to think and grow differently about your business and your life in being involved in the community. Remember, the journey of growth, of innovation never ends. You can step forward and take action today. Stay tuned for more episodes filled with wisdom, innovation, and inspiration. This is Melahni Ake signing off from JP the Geek Studio, where better IT service is just a call away. Own it, secure it, and protect it. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode of these great stories. Everyday Leaders helps you develop strategies to become a better leader in your life. Remember, it's not what you do in a day. It's what you do every day that makes the most impact.